The government has decided to regulate content on digital media. The new rules seek to regulate news portals, OTT streaming platforms, and social media intermediaries. The rules give sweeping powers to the government, including the right to demand the removal of the content. These new regulations have come under heavy criticism from news portals, journalist bodies, and internet freedom advocates. The impact of these regulations is already being felt. From digital news platforms to streaming platforms like Amazon Prime and Netflix, which were previously outside the government's control, will now be subjected to the strict regulation of their content. Digital news organizations have raised concerns over the regulations for digital media and called them unconstitutional. Foundation for Independent Journalism has challenged the new rules in the Delhi High Court, which has now issued a notice to the central government. The Wire's founding editor M.K. Venu and the News Minute's founder and editor-in-chief Dhanya Rajendran are petitioners in this case. The body has argued that the central government has no authority to regulate content on digital media under these new rules, as the IT Act itself does not apply to the news portals. Now let's understand, why have digital media houses challenged these rules and on what grounds? The petitioners have expressed that the government is working to spread this narrative that digital news media organizations do not have any kind of code of conduct, which is not true. They have alleged that the new rules go far beyond anything that is permissible in a democracy. Another important question is, does the IT Act allow the government to formulate such rules to regulate digital media? Well, the answer is news media can only be regulated under the Press Council Act 1978, while the Cable TV Regulation Act 1995 looks after the program code for regulating content on TV network. Unlike the Press Council Act, the purpose of the IT Act is restricted to legal recognition and authentication of electronic data and electronic communication. Now, citing all of these details, the petitioners have alleged that the central government is misusing the IT Act, which was never designed to deal with digital news media in any form and completely go against the freedom of press. The petitioners have argued that Part 3 of the new rules seek to impose government monitoring on digital news media and a code of ethics under good taste and decency, which are very vague conditions and totally left to the government's interpretation. This means that the government may just decide it does not like certain content and take it down. One of the major concerns of the petitioners is that the new rules classify news media and current affairs content as digital media to make them subject to the government's code of ethics. The petitioners have argued that news portals cannot be classified as digital media because news portals publish news and views as opposed to the curated content published by digital media. Another important thing to note, Section 69 of the Information Technology Act, or the IT Act, which provides for blocking of a website, only specifies directions to be issued to intermediaries. Petitioners have said that the news portals cannot be classified as intermediaries just for the purpose of Section 69. Now let's talk about the three-tier grievance redressal system in the new digital media rules. First, every publisher needs to have a grievance redressal officer who can take complaints by any person who has a grievance regarding any content. Second, publishers or associations have to create a self-regulating body with the IT Ministry's approval, which shall have the power to warn or censor, requiring a publisher to apologize or display a warning or disclaimer. Third, the creation of this self-regulating body headed by an authorized officer of the government and consisting chiefly of serving officials from various ministries. The idea of self-regulation has raised concerns as the setting up of a self-regulatory body requires approval from the ministry, which refers to government interference. The government can then have a say or even act over any content only on the basis of one complaint. The government, however, has insisted that the new rules level the playing field and regulate online content in the same way as traditional newspapers, television, and films. The government has called the rules progressive and liberal and said that it wants digital media to be more responsible and accountable. The new media rules introduced by the Modi government, which in 2014 spoke of a digital India where access to information knows no barriers, has not gone down too well with the digital media organizations and news portals. Many have even called it a wolf in watchdog clothing. The new media rules bring almost everything that happens online under the government's vision and regulation, including giving the government powers to remove objectionable online content. The question is, are the new rules taking democracy and free speech in an alarming direction, all under the guise of safety and security of the country? Should the government dictate what is and what is not acceptable to say or stay online?